Hi, everybody. Ron Placone here. You're watching another summary from the Indie Bohemians morning show. I was absent a lot last week. I know that. This is fall, and fall means my road schedule is very busy. And in the next coming weeks, I got a lot of college dates for Madness in the Message, my media policy program. And I got stand-up dates too. So I'm going to be in and out a bunch, so it'll probably be a lot of abbreviated schedule type stuff, but then once the fall starts to fizzle out, I'll be around a lot more and doing a lot more with the morning show and stuff like that, so I appreciate you bearing with me through the sporadic times here. But one of the things we talked about on the show today, of course, was the Adrian Peterson issue. He's facing child abuse charges for using a tree branch, as a switch on his 4-year-old child. And, I saw the pictures of his child's legs, and clearly this was very, very poor judgment on his part. I think it was excessive. It was definitely, you are a professional athlete in top physical condition. Your child is 4 years old. You need to know your own strengths here, and you definitely injured your kid and are definitely guilty of negligence, I would say. You need to kind of know your own strength. And I don't think Adrian Peterson was trying to hurt his child. I really don't. I think he just made a very poor judgment call. But this kind of goes into the larger debate that we always have. Should you or should you not hit your kids? And this is a matter of can you or can you not. I know that legally you can. A lot of people are like, well, it's my right, it's my kid, blah, 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 blah. It's not. It should. It's a matter of, is this something we should be doing? Is it effective? Is it not effective? And in my personal opinion, or at least my take on things, we're in, I think, a transitionary period where there's still that kind of remnants of this is tradition, this is, spare the rod, spoil the child, and kind of a more newer way of thinking where, maybe this isn't effective. Maybe we shouldn't be doing this anymore. Maybe there's other ways. And to kind of make it personal, like, I tried to think about this from my perspective. I don't have kids, so I'm not, I try not to give parenting advice as a dude without kids. And I'm not trying to give parenting advice. I'm just trying to think about a situation. But when I was a kid, I got spanked or whatever, with a wooden paddle and whatever, and it wasn't painful. It wasn't abuse by any means. I would never call it abuse. It was more like I guess the embarrassment or the awareness that you really did something wrong. And some people see that as an effective form of discipline. Now, for me personally, when I was disciplined with the paddle, spank, whatever you want to call it, I could not for the life of me as an adult recall what I did in any situation. I mean, I knew I did something wrong. I couldn't for the life of me tell you what that was. However, in other situations where the discipline wasn't physical at all, but it was more my parents telling me how I screwed up, telling me, hey, this is what you did that was terribly wrong, and here's why. Now, they still punished me. I was still grounded. I still lost things. But they really laid it out for me why what I did was wrong. And I came away with an important life lesson, lessons about honesty, lessons about, doing what you're supposed to do. I can still, as a grown man, recall some of the stuff I did. I mean, I know one time I told a lie to my mom about money that I had or something like that. I didn't steal it, but she didn't know I had it or something. It was weird. But I can recall those situations, and the reason I can recall them is because I knew how disappointed my parents were, and I knew why they made me see it from their angle, and I understood. I understood why they were ticked off at me, and they had the right to be. I screwed up. They didn't let me off. I'm not saying like, oh, I hurt their feelings, and I knew that, and that was all it took. Oh, rainbows. No. I still was grounded. I still faced consequences, but I knew why I was facing them. And that, to me, was so much more effective than a wooden spoon. So much more. So I think maybe that there are more effective ways. That maybe that's not the way. And I know every kid's different. I'm just speaking from my own experience. But and then you think, well, what is spanking, or what does that really say? And what it says is, well, when you can't get your desired result, or when someone does something they shouldn't, your resort eventually is just physical force. And maybe that's not a great message. Maybe, I mean, given how war happy we are in this society, given the fact that you hear about bar fights all the time, given our problem with violence in so many cases, maybe, just maybe, it's time to go about sending a different message. Call me a hippie, call me an idealist, but maybe, just maybe, the system's broken. We should try something else, and spanking's not the most effective way to discipline a child. In many cases, maybe in all cases. I don't know. What do you think? Leave your comments below. Leave your thoughts below. Not just about Adrian Peterson, but about the spanking your kids in general. Is it a good form of discipline? Is it not? Is it dependent? Are we going away from that? Let me know your thoughts. We talked a lot about that on the morning show this morning. And it's an interesting topic that I think the Adrian Peterson event has brought to the surface. You've been watching another summary from the Indie Bohemians morning show. I've been Ron Placone. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you tomorrow.